So, if what I've said just now has any type of validity, any type of truth, if a Muslim can go to a church and be moved, and a Christian can go to a masjid and be moved and spiritually enlightened and educated, then why can't I be a Christian Muslim? Why can't we bridge the gap between Christians and Muslims? Why can't we start this dialogue? Why? And I always say, why ask why when you already know the answer? Because nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to, excuse me, nobody wants to stand face to face or sit face to face or talk face to face and say, I'm a Christian who respects Islam. I'm a Muslim who respects Christianity. I'm a Muslim who has been to church and been moved and been spiritually uplifted. Or I'm a Christian who's been to a masjid and I was amazed by the beauty of the Arabic language, and I was amazed by the way the people pray, and I was amazed by how the women dress and how the men dress and how they sit and how they separate from each other and all the things that make up the beauty of Islam. I want to add to this by saying, I get this all the time when I converse with women. Well, why is the men allowed to have multiple wives? And why do women got to walk behind the men? And why the women is viewed as second-class citizens? And all of these questions. And this is something that I want to address immediately, because what has become of something that was designed with clear intentions has been poisoning the Islamic community for too long. The reason why Allah, God, as we know Him, revealed to Muhammad the acceptance of another wife, or the need for a Muslim man to have another wife, was not what is intended for today. During the advent of Islam, during the movement of Islam, there was many wars, and many of the Muslim men were being killed, which left a whole lot of widowed women and orphan children. So because of this, God in His mercy told Muhammad to tell the men who only had one wife to take on another wife, to take on another family, so women and children wouldn't be helpless, so women and children wouldn't be homeless, so women and children wouldn't have a man and a husband and a teacher and a protector and a provider there for them. This was the purpose it was intended for. It wasn't intended to have menage a trois with your wife. It wasn't intended to have wives in separate rooms and you spend one night with this one, one night with that man, and these brothers, my brothers, us as Muslim men, had taken this and turned it into pimpism. A young lady asked me, well, why we got to walk behind the men? I said, sister, I said, when the Muslims was fighting and going to war, and they were being targeted, the arrows, the spears, whatever they was using as weapons were coming from ambushes. They were being ambushed. So the men stood in front and let the women stay in the back, so the men would bear the brunt of the injuries. I said, sister, it was designed to protect you, not downgrade you. I said, just like you see some men, they have the lady walk inside and the man walks outside. I said, it's the same thing. But it's been so misconstrued because us as Muslim men, we take this knowledge that God gave us, we take this example that the Prophet left us, and we distort it. We commit bid'ah, innovation. We innovate our own way. We innovate our own thinking. And we poison and imprison our women with these theologies. But it's wrong. And we, as knowledgeable Muslims, we know it's wrong. But we're not willing to address it in an open forum. And we wonder why we can't find strong Muslim wives. We wonder why the women ain't willing to cover and guard themselves. Sister asked me, why they gotta wear all this guard? What is it called? Hijab? I said, yeah, hijab. Why they have to wear that? I said, to protect them, not to downgrade them. I said, how many times have you seen a Muslim woman walk down the street in garb and be assaulted, disrespected, cussed at, hollered at, yelled at, picked up line to, whatever you want to call it? How many times have you seen it? I said, because I haven't seen it too many times in my life, and I've been a lot of places and I've seen a lot of things. It's something about a woman in hijab that demands a certain level of respect. I've seen dope boys stop selling dope to wait for the Muslim women to walk by. I've seen people ready to fight and cut a fight short till the Muslim woman walk by. I've seen all kinds of interesting things happen. And if I had a daughter, which I do, I would rather have her be respected in this manner than to be lusted over and fiend over. Like, just, you know, piece of meat, property. Something for a man to have and discard when he finished. I'd rather see my daughter in hijab. That's my personal preference. But if my daughter want to sing gospel and go to church and praise Jesus, I'm going to go with her. Because that's what I do too. So, to dab into that matter, you know, it's very intriguing, you know, the beauty of combining religions. You know, how do I do it? I just told you how I did it. You know, I read my Quran, I go to the masjid, I offer my prayers, I go to church on Sunday. If a song hit my heart, I'm going to get up and sing it. And I'm going to enjoy the praise and worship of Jesus. Because it moves me. It uplifts me. I asked the Imam one time, you know, I said, how can you give a talk in all Arabic to a bunch of African Americans and expect them to walk out of the masjid enlightened when they don't understand nothing that you said, when they can't comprehend nothing that you said? Nothing you said has moved them because it hasn't been in the language that they understand. When Allah tells us in the Quran that He created us as in difference in tongues and colors so that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other. The same way, I'll ask the Reverend, how can you sit here and preach about how virtuous it is for a man to be loyal and committed and monogamous with his wife, how virtuous it is for a man to conduct himself a certain way with his children, when you pimping in the pulpit, you in the club drinking Henny, you at the strip club making it rain, but on Sunday you pastor, I'll tell it, you reverend, I'll sell it. How do you explain this? How do you explain the hypocrisy and giving a sermon on the virtues of being a good husband and a good father and a good provider when you making it rain in the club and you sipping Hennessy at the bar and you got 2 or 3 mistresses on the side and multiple baby mamas, but you reverend, I do it, and you pastor, I got it. I don't understand it. The same way I don't understand how can you say you a Muslim but you sell me the Quran. You want to charge me for Arabic grammar classes. But you tell me as a Muslim that I'm the Khalifa. I'm the vicegerent of the earth. I'm the best ever created for man. This religion is the best religion ever created for man. And whoever doesn't accept Islam is going to perish in the fire. But you participating in activities that's killing innocent people, souls of God, Muslims, believers. This is where this debate is going to become so intense, so controversial, so heated, but it's so true. I'm not standing before you telling one lie. Everything I just said to you is the truth. And if it's not, prove it wrong. Make me out to be a liar. Because my mama told me only time I lied to the police and to the judge. And to somebody I love if the truth was going to hurt their feelings. I can't lie about the truth no more. Just like I can't hide from the truth. Just like I can't hide from this calling. I've been ducking this for a long time, many years. But no longer. Today, I promise you, everybody who hears the sound of my voice, today, tomorrow, and for the rest of my life, my mission is to bridge the gap between Christians and Muslims. Spark debate, spark controversy. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down. Let's fish fry together. Let's network together. Let's bridge this gap. Let's have intellectual dialogue about this situation. Because the difference between the Christian and the Muslim is like the line in the sand that the Abyssinian king drew. And I'm living proof that you can be a good Christian and a good Muslim. You can love Jesus, praise and worship, and fellowship with Christians. And you can go to the masjid, and you can make your rakats, and you can read your Quran, and you can follow the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'd like to thank everybody at the sound of my voice, or at the sound of my voice, for allowing me to invade your day, your time, for allowing me to spark this debate and create this controversy. May you have a blessed day. In the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you.